Pull a tomato plant from the ground at the end of summer that has been fed all season with one simple kitchen ingredient, and the roots underneath may not even look like the same plant. One plant will have a thin, weak root system barely holding the soil together. The other will have a dense underground network packed with thick white feeder roots, spreading in every direction like a living web beneath the earth. The difference can be massive. Not because of expensive fertilizer, not because of special genetics, and not because of some secret chemical used only by commercial farms. The strange part is that the ingredient responsible for this transformation costs less than $1, and is already sitting inside millions of kitchens. Most people walk past it every single day without realizing what it can do inside soil. And once the biology behind it becomes clear, it completely changes the way a person thinks about gardening. Because the truth is, most gardeners spend their entire lives looking in the wrong direction. They focus on the leaves, the flowers, the fruit, the visible part of the plant. When leaves turn yellow, they spray something. When plants stop growing, they buy stronger fertilizer. When fruit production slows down, they feed the surface of the soil and hope for better results. But the real engine of every healthy plant lives underground. Everything depends on the roots. If the roots stay weak, the plant struggles no matter how much fertilizer is poured on top. If the roots cannot absorb enough oxygen and nutrients, heat waves become deadly. If the underground microbial life collapses, the plant slowly weakens even while the leaves still appear green for a short time. And this is the part of gardening most store shelves quietly ignore. Garden centers are built around visible growth. Bigger flowers, greener leaves, faster blooms, brighter fruit. But underneath the soil is an entire hidden biological system that controls almost everything a plant becomes. And one of the simplest ways to activate that system comes from a tiny packet originally made for baking bread. The ingredient is ordinary dry baker's yeast. At first, that sounds ridiculous. Most people think of yeast as something only used in kitchens. Bread rises because of it. Pizza dough expands because of it. But modern agricultural research has shown that certain living yeast species can interact with plant roots in ways that are genuinely surprising. Because yeast is not just powder. It is alive. The moment it touches warm water and sugar, it wakes up and becomes biologically active. And once active, it begins producing natural compounds that plants respond to almost immediately. Natural growth hormones, amino acids, B vitamins, microbial compounds, all released directly into the solution surrounding the roots. Some studies have shown that living yeast can increase root growth, improve nutrient uptake, strengthen transplant recovery, and even help certain plants tolerate environmental stress. Not through magic. Through biology. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. For decades, many scientists believed roots simply absorbed dissolved nutrients from the soil like drinking straws. But newer research has revealed something far more dynamic happening underground. Roots interact continuously with microbes living around them. Certain microorganisms exchange nutrients with plants. Others help unlock minerals trapped in soil. Some compete against harmful pathogens. And living yeast appears to support several of these processes at the same time. The root zone becomes more biologically active. Microbial life increases. Nutrient availability improves. And the plant responds by expanding its underground network. That expansion changes everything above the soil line. Tomato plants hold more fruit. Peppers stay stronger during extreme heat. Cucumbers recover faster after stress. Young transplants stop drooping so quickly after planting. Because once the roots become larger and healthier, the entire plant gains stability. This is why experienced gardeners eventually realize something important. Healthy gardening is not built from the leaves downward. It is built from the roots upward. And this is exactly why this homemade yeast mixture has quietly survived for generations among gardeners who care more about results than branding. The recipe itself is surprisingly simple. 1 liter of lukewarm non-chlorinated water. 2 tablespoons of dry baker's yeast. 1 teaspoon of plain sugar. That is all. But the temperature matters more than most people realize. If the water becomes too hot, the yeast dies instantly. If the water stays too cold, the yeast remains dormant and inactive. The goal is gentle warmth. Warm enough to wake the yeast up, not hot enough to destroy it. Once mixed together, the liquid begins changing within minutes. Tiny bubbles rise through the water. A light foam starts forming on the surface.
The smell becomes slightly bread-like and earthy. That is the sign the yeast is alive and active. And there is one important detail many people get wrong.
The sugar is not added for the plant. The sugar feeds the yeast. Without sugar, the yeast stays mostly inactive and produces far fewer biological compounds. The sugar acts like a wake-up signal. Once activated, the mixture becomes a living microbial solution filled with biological activity. But it should never be stored in a tightly sealed container. As the yeast becomes active, carbon dioxide gas builds pressure rapidly. That pressure can crack glass jars or force liquid out of sealed lids. A loose paper towel cover works far better. Safe, effective. After around 30 to 40 minutes, the mixture is ready, but the concentrate should never be used at full strength. The best ratio is roughly 1 part concentrate to 10 parts water. This creates a balanced biological stimulant gentle enough for roots, and the application method matters. This mixture belongs in the soil, not sprayed across leaves. The biology works around the root zone where microbial interaction happens naturally underground. The ideal approach is to slowly soak the soil around the base of the plant during cooler parts of the day. Early morning works beautifully. Late evening also works well. Midday heat should usually be avoided because stressed roots absorb less efficiently under extreme temperatures. Timing across the growing season is equally important. The first application works best immediately after transplanting. This is when young roots experience stress moving into open soil. The yeast solution supports rapid lateral root development during this vulnerable stage. The second application works best when flowering begins. At this point, the plant starts preparing for heavy fruit production, and nutrient demand rises sharply. The third application happens once the first small fruits appear. Now the plant needs maximum nutrient movement to support swelling fruit. 3 applications are usually enough. More is not always better. Too much microbial stimulation can temporarily imbalance the soil environment. And this is where realistic expectations matter. The results are not instant miracles. Leaves do not suddenly double in size overnight. The real transformation happens gradually underground where most people never look. Within the first weeks, stems often become thicker. Plants hold themselves more firmly during afternoon heat. New growth appears healthier, but the most dramatic difference appears at the end of the season. When 2 plants are finally pulled from the ground side by side, the root systems tell the real story. One looks exhausted, the other looks alive, thicker, denser, far more developed. That hidden underground strength is what eventually supports stronger harvests above the soil. And perhaps the most fascinating part of all this is how incredibly ordinary the ingredient really is. No expensive bottle, no complicated equipment, no commercial branding, just a living organism humans have used for centuries sitting quietly on a kitchen shelf the entire. The garden world often convinces people that powerful results must come from expensive products, but sometimes the most effective tools are the simplest ones. A healthy root system changes everything. Because every flower, every fruit, every harvest depends entirely on the life hidden beneath the soil. And once a gardener truly understands that, it becomes impossible to look at plants the same way again.